Hello everyone, this is Squallcasting, bringing you another game of StarCraft 2. Now what you might be hearing in the background is the StarCraft 1 music. And I enjoy it so very much I decided to bring it back. I have disabled the StarCraft 2 music for the time being. The sound is still enabled, but instead of hearing StarCraft 2 music, we will hear the wonderfulness of StarCraft 1. Not that I have anything against StarCraft 2 music, but sometimes I need to go with nostalgia. Now this is another team game. Up here we have Anaten and Selectftw, which I believe stands for the win, in all likelihood. This is the player that submitted this replay to me. This is another community-sourced replay. He is in the Silver League, so big thanks to you for providing me with this game. And his opponents down here, we have Sullivan and Chris. I always find it hilarious when people's names are ridiculously ordinary. So down here, blue and red, starting with pretty standard stuff, getting the barracks down, probably going to throw down a gateway very shortly. Up here we have a supply depot going down, and a very late supply depot here with a refinery first. This could be some kind of shenanigans here, we will have to see, because that's kind of ridiculously early gas. But purple going something a little bit more regular, getting his barracks, getting SCVs, all that good stuff. Blue also getting his gas relatively early, probably just wants to get that tech lab as quick as possible, just to be able to get that stim and all those kinds of good things. Red also taking his gas. Only 2 in there at the moment, could be a mistake, could be he just doesn't want that much gas yet, who knows. He does, but I don't. Now, I just wanted to briefly share a story about playing games in StarCraft 1. Now, in StarCraft 1, when you want to play a team game, in the lobby, you had to actually, like, enter a game through the multiplayer client. You know, there'd be a list of names. Almost all of them would be some variant of BGH, 4v4, TVB, top versus bottom, stuff like that. But this is dating even before then. This was back before StarCraft 1 was out. There was a demo for it. And in the demo you could play, I think, like 2 or 3 of the single-player missions. And then you could play multiplayer 1v1, but only as the Terran race. And this was fun and great, and me and my friends tried it out. We loved it. It was fantastic. Teal's being a bit fishy here. That's a very odd scouting pattern. Anyways, so me and my friends loved it, and eventually somebody released a mod wherein you could play a 2v2, but again, only as Terran, and this was within the demo. So one time, me and one friend, we went, hey, how about we be just a little bit mean? And so we got another friend, and we made a game, and so there were 3 of us, right? So of course one of us was going to have to be on the opposing team. So I was like, okay, I'll be on the opposing team, right? And so we started this game, and, you know, and I totally sucked at StarCraft back then, right? So, like, I'm throwing down, like, missile turrets everywhere and bunkers, and I've got, like, 3 NG bays, you know, and 2 of them are lifted into the air because, dude, Terran buildings fly, why wouldn't you fly them? And yeah, engineering bays back then, they could fly. If you've only played StarCraft 2, this building here that I am highlighting in green, that could fly back in the day. But anyways, so I was, you know, with this person I didn't know. He was my ally. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm just going to build some defenses in your base just to help keep you safe. He's like, oh, sure, great, man. I really appreciate that, right? So I'm throwing down turrets in his base and filling bunkers and everything. And meanwhile, I'm chatting with my friends in whispers. And at one point I went, okay, I'm doing it now, and I went to the ally screen, and I unticked ally, and I murdered his entire base, and instantly allied with my 2 friends, and we won very easily. So, back then, you could unally people and be a jerk like that. Now, if you want to be a jerk, you actually have to, like, directly attack their units. You can't just unally and then 1A. So, yeah, that's my, my story of treachery and deceit that I figured I'd share, just to fill the early parts of this game. Now, Selectftw the win, going for a very heavy mech style, 2 factories with reactors, so looks like he's just powering for siege tanks, getting his armories down, wants to get those upgrades going as soon as possible, building all his supply depots behind the mineral lines, so that way when the SCVs go home for, to sleep for the night, their homes are right here. How very considerate of him. The homes are not, here at the front wall where they can die and then they get murdered in their sleep. No, their homes are safely behind the mineral line. It's a very short commute. How very nice of him. Now red, Chris. Oh, I love that name. Moving an observer up here. Not sure why he's positioning it there exactly. Could be he just wants to keep an eye on this base here. And as you probably noticed earlier, he did take this expansion very sneakily. Has some photon cannons up at the front to help defend it. All is well. He does have 2 robos down, so it could be he wants to move into Colossi, or he just built them just cuz, and he's also making Stargate units. Who knows? This is the Silver League. Anything can happen in Silver. And Select starting to get tanks up at front. His ally Purple going for a very infantry-oriented army. So nicely complementing each other. Purple going for the versatile mobile infantry. Teal going for them tanks. So Red is scooting his observer forward just to get an idea of what's going on. What's he building back home? Okay, so he is throwing down a Robo Bay. So he will be able to start moving into Colossi soon-ish. Should probably look at getting these gases as well, so that way he can, build them faster. And I think this pylon might actually slow down his gas mining rate, which would be pretty hilarious. These are very awkwardly placed pylons. Every time a probe comes out of an assimilator, it body checks the pylon. It's like, oh, you're in my way. And then has to, go up here. But in any case, both teams just kind of sitting back, taking it easy, building on up. Got dual upgrades coming right now. Very nice. I love them upgrades. Looks like they want to move out a tiny bit. Could just be they want to secure this expansion. Would definitely be a good move on their part. They'll be very safe with this many tanks. But Red, sneaky Red. He's had this expansion going for some time now, and all that additional income is definitely going to net him a lot of rewards. Red, choosing not to get Warp Gates because you know what? He's got double Robo. He's going to build Robo units all day long. He doesn't need Stalkers. He has an ally who can build Marines, which are like twice as good as Stalkers. Sullivan also has a single Ghost. I'm going to turn off that production tab. That's way too much information. Don't know if he's gonna try to get some nukes at some point. That would be pretty fantastic. Does have the Ghost Silo hidden, or Ghost Silo. My brain wanted to say Nuke Silo, but then I realized it was the Ghost Academy, but my brain didn't quite cooperate with what I wanted to say, so it said Ghost Silo. Anyway, the Ghost Academy, he is indeed building a nuke now, so that could be some funsies. Especially if he manages to land in the middle of all this and they don't scan. Oh. Well, we'll see. Selectftw the win. Expanding. I do feel he is probably a fan of the player Select. That seems pretty likely based on his name. Either that, or he just really likes the Select button on video game controllers. I do believe that's a button on almost every video game controller in existence. I don't think the Wii controllers have it, though. They've got like a little plus and minus thing that kind of functions at the start and Select. And I guess the Xbox controller has that like back button, which is the Select button, but it's not called that. Anyways, the Select button, a wonderful thing. Red starting to get Colossi. Blue has a tank. In not the best position. Well, okay, I guess he's got one there. Whatever. Who cares? And Red positioning his Colossi up there to snipe anything that decides to walk there. And continuing to mine from this base. And yeah, look at these probes go. They come out and they're just like, oh, T-Tour, man. The worst. That said, though, it looks like he might have full efficiency there. And his probes are able to slip in the moment the other one comes out. And that does look kind of cool, actually. I enjoy that. Anyways, our Terran-only team continuing to just macro up, because why not? More tanks, more Marines, more bunkers. Holy Batman doesn't want to get supply blocked ever, no matter what. Getting an NG Bay, interesting choice. And we have a nuke. Where's the nuke? Oh, these supply depots, all those SCV homes, they are going to be irradiated with nuclear radiation and die. that was all of his supply depots. 75 out of 11. That's pretty hilarious. He's not going to be able to build anything for quite some time now. Throwing down several supply depots now. Oh man, 9 supply depots with a single nuke. Red has this base very adequately defended. Got some cans back here too in case a drop comes in. He's pretty darn safe there, unless a bunch of tanks just kind of waltz up here and kill everything. And blue getting even more nukes. That could be some funsies. Red also getting out of Void Ray because Void Rays are so good. So Teal does have his expansion going here. It's pretty much safe to absolutely anything except for a nuke right in the middle. And he is throwing down a few turrets to try to prevent that. But that said, if the ghost is here and nuking like here, the supply depots, or the missile turrets will not be able to see that, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Blue taking this base, getting his gas geysers immediately, because he has a lot of minerals, but not enough gas. Red has a little bit of a trust fund. Could probably see about moving that some... Well, actually no, he doesn't need to move that to blue, because blue also has a trust fund. Oh, very delightful. In fact, every player has a trust fund, except for him, because he's been rebuilding supply depots forever. And this one SCV is queued up to build all those supply depots. I guess being able to build units in the near future isn't that important to him. And getting that supply drop, fantastic. Oh, it increases the supply by 8? I thought it was only by 4. That makes it a bit better than it actually, well, than it was in the past. Another nuke! Where is it? Oh my goodness! Nuking the refinery. Purple pulling all of his SCVs. Definitely smart of him. He either saw the dot or he just didn't want to die. Teal, he's just chilling. He doesn't care. He knows there's going to be no nukes. And boom, that refinery evaporates. And nuking the same spot again, an interesting decision. They do scan and see the ghost. Is it dealing damage to the command center? Oh, it is. Just a tiny bit. I don't know why I nuked there again. Maybe just wanted to keep the SCVs away further. That is a fair bit of economic damage. That's not terrible. But yeah, that's pretty much the only aggression we've seen so far. But that's okay. I would like to tell another story because I need to fill this time. So, when the StarCraft 2 beta came out, I was of course thrilled because, you know, I'd been waiting for 10 years for this game. And the beta came out, and I got invited into it after, I don't know, it was about a month or two of it going on. I was pretty excited, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be able to see the, you know, the new units and try them out and play the game, you know, get better at it, etc. And eventually we were given passes that we could give to our friends, and then our friends would give those to their friends. And so eventually we ended up where basically all my friends that play StarCraft, so something like 7, 8 of us, I think, we were all in the beta, all of us. So we were like, well, why don't we just do a LAN party where we play StarCraft 2? I mean, it isn't even out yet, but why not? We're all in the beta anyways. I mean, there might have been one person who didn't have a beta key, but, like, you know, when he wanted to play, we just let him have a turn, you know. Anyways, so we decided to have a LAN party in which we would play StarCraft 2. And in this LAN party, we did a 2v2. I think I was Terran. My ally was Protoss. And so it was a very long game, very macro-oriented. There were Nexi and command centers absolutely everywhere. I think it was on Megaopolis? Metro. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's the one where it's a 4-player map, and you've got the 2 gold bases right in the center, kind of mirrored opposite each other, and then there's the 2 Xel'Naga towers really close to them. That one. I think it's Megaopolis or something like that. Anyways, we were on that map. The bases were almost all mined out, and my friend, the Protoss, It's like, you know what, I'm all mined out. I just want to kill him, man. So, like, I'm going for it. And all of a sudden, I see 180 probes being pulled off all the mineral lines, charging in, and killing everything. Now, bear in mind, this was in the beta. Like, we were all probably something like silver level at that point. Oh, got another nuke going down here. That's going to kill a lot of stuff if they don't move. Anyways, we were all probably like silver level play at that point. Like, and my Protoss friend, he didn't even have any units. Oh, that's a lot of dead stuff. And so yeah, all he had were these probes, but he did have the 3/3 upgrades on them. So 3 attack. Oh, that ghost is gonna die. Blam. Nicely played by him with a trillion tanks. But yeah, so his probes were 3/3, and they don't benefit from the attack upgrades, but they do benefit from the shield and armor upgrades. Look like something died up there. And so yeah, he just walked in, and they just didn't have enough stuff, and the probes just killed everything, and we won. It's pretty fantastic. Red deciding to make sure this gold can never be taken and throwing down some photon cannons, walls his own probe in there, cancels that one. That's pretty awesome. I mean, I guess that way they can take this one and then this ramp is defended. But photon cannons don't really defend all that great against tanks. You know what, this game is going very slowly, so I'm just going to speed it up just a tiny bit. At least until there's some actual fighting. Oh, Marines trying to charge up there and kill everything, but instead being killed. These photon cannons now have a number of kills. More photon cannons in the back to protect all these pylons. Oh, and here we go. We might finally have some action. Slowing down to normal speed. No, let's not do that. Faster! And tanks just gonna kill absolutely everything. Sullivan trying to move forward with his Marines. They get about 3 shots off, and these tanks are 3/3. Oh my goodness, they are dealing so much damage. Colossi trying to scoot forward. And these tanks just continuing to shell, so... There are quite a decent number of Banshees here. They don't have Cloak, though, so if they try to go forward and kill anything, they're gonna get picked off. They're gonna get... okay, there we go. So we do have some Void Rays. Gonna try to kill, but you know what? Marines are kind of good against Void Rays. And yeah, just gonna murder everything here. Could probably just pull these Marines back instead of losing all of them. But whatever, who cares? All the tanks, boom! Wiping out 4 photon cannons with a single volley. And that is pretty fantastic. Blue, though, even though their front line of defense just got completely destroyed, decided, you know what, I'm gonna expand. It's time to expand. I feel safe in doing this. And we've got a bit of a push forward here. And the siege up. Okay, he's just not gonna siege, whatever. Just murders everything with unsieged tanks. More tanks moving forward. And the siege up. And dead. Okay, well, I'm not sure how much longer this game can go because they're kind of murdering the crap out of their opponent. Or, like, Selectftw team, I mean. But the thing is, this replay was listed as being an hour. Okay, maybe these Void Rays are just going to kill all the tanks. And then that'll be how they'll get back in. Not too sure. Anyway, Void Rays chasing. There is 0 anti-air there. That's pretty hilarious. Okay, now the Void Rays being driven back. And they're just dancing back and forth because why not? Moving in ultra fast motion. And getting driven away. Oh, a nuke. If that hits, oh, he's not going to get hit by it. That nuke misses 100% of everything. And that ghost definitely going to die. Blam. You can see his sniper rifle falling to the ground right there. Trying to move forward with Void Rays again. Let's speed this on up again. And once again, there's absolutely no end. Oh, okay, there are the Marines. But the Marines moving in one at a time. Okay, there we go. Running the Void Rays away again. Do these guys even have, like, an army? Okay, all the supplies surprisingly even. Is there, like, a gigantic force here? Okay. I guess there's some Colossi in 8th War. The one of everything build. Where you build one of everything and you can't be countered by anything. Makes so much sense. Oh, but these Void Raids can deal a lot of damage. Going into the base, only 2 Marines there to defend. They get blasted to pieces. More Marines coming back. Void Raids run away. Laying siege to that expansion. Still trying to run around. And not too much going on. I'm just gonna leave it at 4 times speed because I don't want to be casting this thing for another half hour. 8 times speed, so fast. Oh, gonna pick off more outlying tanks. Running forward, running back. Oh, and those Colossi kill every single Marine in existence. And those tanks, not too happy. And blue has some tanks now, so still back and forth. Could be anyone's game. Watching all this fighting in fast motion is pretty hilarious, just because everything moves so comically fast. I mean, look at that. Shooting at the speed of light. That Thor dies instantaneously. And I'm just gonna park the camera here and we'll just get to watch them dance back and forth, try to kill each other. Still lots of stuff. Missile turret doing what it can. Both sides having auto repair SCVs in the mix to repair everything. Oh, looks like blue. Okay, blue still has some SCVs there. Ooh, and some Raven harass dropping some auto turrets, but not accomplishing that much. And we have the tank off, also known as a standoff. But instead, it's a standoff with tanks. That Colossi sacrifices its life for absolutely no reason whatsoever, as does that SCV. Both sides scanning each other. The scan's looking oh so fantastic in fast motion. Banshee's surging forward, trying to pick stuff off, and running on back. I definitely feel like blue should try to nuke again. All he has to do is plop a single nuke here, and 100% of everything dies. Enjoying this marvelous StarCraft 1 soundtrack, as it is still playing. Wait, has that one song been looping the entire time? Oh, never mind. Okay, I get it now. I started on Terran 1. I do have the memory of a goldfish at times, so I will just be like, what? I thought I started on Zerg 1. No, you didn't. You started on Terran 1. That's the one you started on. Okay, we do have a mothership out now. This could definitely change the dynamics of things. The Vortex nuke is, of course, the most wonderful thing in the entire world. But, of course, the one thing is always the timing. Can you time it out perfectly? Because that's pretty important. I've got a lot of, well, this is a ridiculously entrenched position. Oh, yes, finally a nuke, but the ghost dies instantly in a splatter of blood. How very sad for him. Now, this looks like it's going to be a planetary fortress right in the middle of the map, because why not? And red, down to 37 supply. Select at 98. Not the actual Select, but a fan of Select. Purple at 126. And the blue team definitely on the ropes, as they are down by 100 supply apiece. 200 supply total. So I'm just going to speed this up even more because this definitely seems over to me. They have all the mining capability, and while these guys do have a lot of money, their ability to use it all to reproduce definitely doesn't seem to be happening. Still trying though. We'll just speed that up to 8 times speed. That is what the scan looks like at times 8 speed. Got a single nuke going down there. Going to kill that missile turret. Another nuke. Not going down. That Banshee murdered that ghost. It was very sad. Got medevacs here. Got the defense of all the SCVs. These SCVs have never ever felt safer because there's an army standing on top of them. Wait, where's that nuke going down? Oh, right there. Come on! Oh, it doesn't quite get off. How very sad. Of course, nuking right in the range of that missile turret wasn't the best choice on his part. And yeah, this game is for sure over. Not too much to say about it at this point. I'm just letting you listen to the music for now. Got a little contingent of stuff over here. Oh, killing all the expansions they had there, yeah. So they are on half of a mining base. And they're still in the game. This is when you realize, yeah, we are completely boned, and you leave the game. But Select gonna move forward some tanks, sieging them up in a millisecond because it's ×8 speed. A trillion Marines there to support. Not actually a trillion, but I enjoy exaggeration. And quite a few Ravens as well. I would love to see some Seeker missiles before this game ends. That would just absolutely delight me. And going, killing all these photon cannons that were defending an assimilator. And it looks like they might finally be doing their final push to end the game now. Man, medevacs heal fast at 8x speed. Look at those tanks go. I don't even know what my FPS is. I'm pretty sure the game cuts down on it a lot when it's at super fast speed. Oh, we got the final battle. Get some vortex down. And were those ghosts? Was that all ghosts that went in there? Okay, Marines. Killing the Banshees, yeah. 100 Seeker missile, yes! Well done, Raven. These Ravens do have 3 armor upgrade. And still just kind of waiting to deal the finishing blow. The Southern team has re-macroed decently, but they're just so incredibly far behind. I mean, look at this army. My entire screen can't contain it. And looks like they're going for Marines charging on in, dying for the Terran Dominion, running into Stormed and getting absolutely murdered. The Northern team trying to let the Southern team have a chance by just charging into Storms. But still not much that can happen. We do have some battle cruisers out, that's pretty awesome. But Hunter Seeker missiles don't quite kill them. This thing sold 3 Hunter Seeker missiles, that's hilarious. Several point defense drones down, deflecting so very many attacks, but running out of energy finally because battle cruisers shoot really fast. And is there no anti-air left? Select. You kind of need to work on your anti-air, I'm just saying. Oh, he has an auto turret down. That auto turret just killed a battle cruiser. That is the best auto turret in the universe right now. Tanks versus Immortals. Immortals are supposed to counter tanks, but not when there are this many tanks. Mothership moving forward. And remember, the counter to the Northern team is air, because their only anti-air are stationary objects. But if you don't move away from those stationary objects, I guess they will kill you. And the GG from Chris, the most ordinarily named Protoss of all time. Select also throwing out the GG. Chris leaves the game. We'll see how much longer Sullivan tries. As fantastic as Sully is, he is much more an adventurer than a StarCraft player. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go play the, wait, what are they called? Uncharted, there we go. Oh gosh, I almost forgot what they were called. The Uncharted games, in which there is a character named Sullivan. So thank you for watching my cast. I hope you enjoyed my stories as I filled the game time, the times when there wasn't attacking, I talked. There are so many barracks here, it is kind of ridiculous. Teal has a 23k bank. So yeah, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. I will probably be trying to cast another video today, we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.